Hey there guys, GMO73 here, bringing you the first of 3 deck profiles for the day. This is the red, black, white Sages deck with Alice, aka Stamp.deck, as coined by Matt Cosmore from Force of Will US. Really cool deck, I really like it a lot, so let's just jump right in. So obviously Alice in Wonderland's our ruler. We're paying black, white, and red are the 3 colors that we can pay for her. So when she becomes Drifter in the Worlds, we can burn something for 1,000 damage, make our opponent discard a card, and gain 1,000 life. Very good combination for Alice. Those are like the best 3 effects that she has. And with a simple 3-drop J activation, you can make a big swing and a big recovery. So really cool. The Stone lineup, we run 4 Magic Stones of Scorched Bales. Obviously, we want black and red. We run 3 Heat Rays because we do need some light sources and more red's always good. 2 Moonshades, just because having that kind of versatility in your stone lineup is important. 1 Heaven's Rift, and then actually we run an 11th stone, a Grusbalesta, the Sealing Stone, just because its spot removal purposes and its ability to mess with J rulers is very good. And so it's a perfectly fine card to kind of tech in as an 11th stone. Moving into the monster lineup, we run 2 Kaguya, the Tail of the Bamboo Cutter. These are to help kind of fill up, load up your sages with more tokens or with more counters, as well as serve as spot removal by removing 3 counters if you're already way ahead. The main kind of sage of the deck is the 4 Milest. Milest can burn, can turn the whole game into a burn game by just burning your opponent to death, can spot removal creatures, can do a lot of stuff. If you could target J rulers, this guy would be even more ridiculous, but he can just do player or resonator, so but still very good. 2-0 the Flashing Mage Warrior for protection effects because her counters can stop damage from things, so that's very useful. The other 0, the Magus of Null, for mini board wipes, the quick cast element. She can still load up your other 6 sages with counters because she is a 6 sage, so that's really good. 3 Seth the Arbiter for recursion, because this deck does have a lot of tiny spot removal. So that lets you recur a lot of your sages really easily, as well as draw power, because this deck does use some discard elements. So Seth's really good. 2 Almerius for more quick cast sages and the ability to just say, regardless of what your power level is, you're attacking me, I'm just gonna remove a counter and remove you from the game. So very good defensive spot removal. 3 Grusbalesta, again, for more of that kind of spot removal kind of stuff. This deck uses it, rather than using a lot of spells for that removal, it kind of focuses on the synergy of the sages to kind of control the board. So it is definitely a mid-rangey kind of deck until it almost is to the point where you have so many counters that your opponent just can't do anything. And so Grusbalesta can remove 1 counter to give -400 defense to 1 resonator on the field. So if you stack that, with multiple, or combine it with, Milest or something like that, you can easily kind of mess with a lot of creatures on the board. Then 1 Blazer the Awakener, just because of the fact that he can kill stuff really easily. He's got that swiftness, and he's a 5-drop, which is, I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then a Gille for a 6-drop. Again, I'll talk about it in a minute. These 2 are mainly used because we use Book of Genesis, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Once I get to that part of the deck as to why it is, because Gille can be a big finisher as well. Moving on to the spells. Obviously it's a red deck, so we're going to run 4 Thunders to be able to spot remove and finish off games if we need to. 3 Spiral of Despair to force your opponent to discard stuff, because if they're in top deck mode and you have a load of counters on your side of the field, you just win. So it's always a good card, especially for a mid-range deck. 2 Stoning to Death, just in case there's something that has a lot of power, like Mephistopheles or something like that I need to kill. 4 Flames of Outerworld, because uncounterable removal is always good. And then, as I said, 3 Book of Genesis. I couldn't find my 3rd one, it's buried under all my cards. So the thing about this is, every single turn after it gets played, you get to put a counter on it, and then search your deck for a Resonator that has a total cost equal to that cost. So you can go turn first up Kaguya, second up Milest, third up 0, get a counter on Milest, 4th up Almerius or Grusbalesta, get a counter on 0 and Milest. 5th up, you can get a Blazer. And then 6th up, you can get Gille. So you have a literal progression of 1 through 6, all that you can just snag for free from the deck with Genesis, Book of Genesis. So if they let that stay, if they let that resolve, and it gets past turn 2, they're in a world of hurt, because you're going to essentially get a free sage every single turn and load up all your other sages really, really well. And then, lastly, 2 Dreams of Juliet. This helps for spot removal, helps for drawing a card, but also you can flash a sage. So like, say I flash a 0. So I bounce it back up, put it back down. Oh, a 6 sage entered my field. All of my other sages are going to get counters when this enters the field. So Dreams of Juliet is also a really easy way to reload all your counters onto your other sages when a sage is kind of out. And it's a very, very neat trick card. So yeah, guys, there you have it. There is the deck profile for Stamp.deck. Let me know what you thought about it, what you would do differently. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Please consider checking out the Kickstarter for the Ruler School playmats. Links down in the description, as well as an annotation on the screen. It really helped me a lot if you guys can go donate to that. And until next time, guys, this is DMO73 signing off.